If you are logging into my team today, this is what matters. It's Friday, folks, and it's finally here. All-Star Drop, All-Star Festival. There is a ton of new cards, a bunch of new challenges, plus the auction house has huge implications, and I think we have a great opportunity to start making a lot of MT. Let's dive into it and see what matters. As usual, take care of the daily challenges, free 5,000 MT. Just need to play multiplayer, it is worth it, try to get that done. Let's dive right into the All-Star Festival. It's that first tab right there in front, and they technically gave us 3 different challenges, but really just one is something that we need to prioritize. This one here at the top, it's going to require you to get 3 NBA All-Star players. The good news is they're quite cheap. These pink diamonds are setting a new low for pink diamonds. We have never seen pink diamonds below 10K. There's already a ton up there at that price. Maybe worth it just to grab them today or tomorrow. I'm not sure how much lower they can go, but yes, you should be able to get 3 of these NBA All-Star cards for under 25,000 MT. If you've been doing your dailies throughout the week, you should have more than enough. Very easy. None of this will require you to go online. The hardest thing is that you need to get triple threat wins using 3 or more. So you can't just get 1 player, but plenty of time. And they're giving us a pink diamond piece, and we will dive into the exchange and kind of see what that means. But it's a decent start. I'm really hoping we see more and more challenges in this tab. This festival is only 7 days. The other ones have been 2 weeks, so we have a lot less time. We may be relying on 2K being a bit more generous. These bottom 2 ones, personally, I think you can avoid. These are jerseys in a court. They don't lock in for anything. I don't see challenges saying you need to use these jerseys. If that happens, maybe come play it. But I played this first one and actually didn't even track for me, but I did play it. It's a quarter. It's easy. I won by 50. There's no lineup restrictions. It's very easy, but I just don't think it's worth it. We don't need jerseys. We don't need a court. Unless you really like this one. I mean, that's low-hanging fruit. Go ahead and grab it. Same with this. I know it's a Hall of Fame option pack. Guru, we love Hall of Fame option packs. That's true, we do. But this is a lot of work for a Hall of Fame option pack. I mean, this is like 15 or more. This is like 25 challenges. Some might get done naturally, like I got some blocks done, I got a few extra jerseys. Look, if there's a jersey you think's really cool, this Celtics one's kind of cool. Some of these jerseys are cool, don't get me wrong. Go, focus on that challenge. They're pretty easy. Make 2 dunks with any Clippers player over multiple games. Not super hard by any means. Some of these we may get done just naturally. Some you would have to focus on, like a triple-double. You're going to have to hop into domination to get a triple-double. To me, it's not worth it for a Hall of Fame option pack. I mean, we've gotten so many other easy Hall of Fame options, legend options recently. It's a lot to prioritize, and it is on a timer. But hey, if you start seeing yourself get it done, I mean, some of this you will. If you just have a Lakers player in your lineup and next thing you know, you're kind of close, it's probably worth finishing, but I'm not going to prioritize it too much. And I'm hoping we get more challenges for exchange pieces. I'm not too interested in courts, and I like badges, but the juice is not quite worth the squeeze. But it's just day 1. I'm expecting a lot more challenges to come. Definitely prioritize this pink diamond piece. We will hop in the exchange in just a moment, but I think that's something to note. Greatness is here, and it's, still work through it. They released a new Steph Curry today, a dark matter Steph Curry. He's going for hundreds of thousands of MT in the auction house. And the greatness Steph Curry is better, slightly, but better. They have similar badges. He just has a couple extra stats, but kind of cool for 2K. In my opinion, a small W there that they gave us a free Steph Curry that's technically better than the Steph Curry in the auction house. I mean, but on a day like today, they added over 80 cards, 80 really, really good cards, a ton of budget beasts in there. So don't feel too bad if you fell behind on greatness. There's going to be some budget beasts that are semi-equivalent to some of those cards. I mean, maybe not Steph per se, but there's some budget beasts that are slightly different, but are going to be really good for you. Nothing new in the Season 4 tab. I kind of thought we would see something here. Usually we see like the new set has its own little challenges. I guess that's over in the All-Star Festival. Keep an eye on this. Maybe they add something later today. I'm not expecting it, to be honest. Maybe tomorrow. Just keep an eye on this tab. But again, I'll hit home this Kia Clutch Time Challenge. 5 minutes to get yourself a legend option pack, and they finally did put a timer on it, so you got 6 days left. Definitely lock this in. It is much easier to do this challenge than to go get that other Hall of Fame option pack from the new one today. So just something to keep in mind. And then nothing new down here, no new weekly challenges. Again, these are easier badges than that challenge they put out today. I mean, if that challenge they put out today also had some exchange pieces associated with it, it'd be a lot more interesting to us. But again, it's a lot of work for one Hall of Fame badge. And then you can come over here and see how much easier these games or these challenges would be for equivalent or better reward. 7 days left in the season, that means, or really 6 days. 6 days left to get this challenge. Again, a very easy Hall of Fame badge, especially compared to the other one. In summary on the challenges, still kind of a light day. I mean, you're gonna get a win, or you're gonna get an exchange piece after every win. Any mode you play, you'll get that gold exchange piece. So focus on just playing the game. As far as challenges to prioritize, really just this one, 2026 NBA All-Star. If you're caught up on everything else, just focus on this one. If you're still playing catch up, you can definitely double dip, just not quite as much because these require greatness specific players. But you could double dip, have one greatness player in your lineup, have a all-star player in your lineup. But at one point you will need to win some breakout games with 3 all-star players. Still worth it, buy them, sell them back if you have to, but lock that challenge in. Before we dive into play modes and what we should kind of prioritize, let's line up our shots in the exchange because we have a huge new exchange, all these pieces. And if you guys are new, I know this is a bit overwhelming. I'm going to move a little bit fast, but I'll try to make it as simple as possible. And if there's questions, let me know. Hop in the Discord. Like, happy to walk through people through who are new to this, because a lot of us have been doing festivals for a while now and it's kind of rinse and repeat. But for people who are new, this can be a bit complex. But essentially, you're going to start getting a ton of gold pieces and some other pieces through challenges. Keep scaling them up. And that's what we always do, especially day 1, day 2. I'm in piece collection mode. I want to collect as many pieces as I can and start understanding what's realistic. I'll say off rip, they put in some crazy high reaching cards. Like, these 2 cards will be so hard to get, and we haven't even talked about Yao. Yao is insane to get. Like, what you would have to do to get Yao is just incredibly unrealistic, and it's kind of a good thing. I don't want a ton of 100 overall Yaos running around. I don't even know what the dollar amount would be. Completely impossible, no money spent. I think both of these cards are completely impossible, no money spent. And you would need not only both of these cards, but all of the rewards cards. I'll show it quickly. It's borderline, I don't know if ludicrous is the right word, but to get Yao Ming, you need to collect all of these cards, every single one of them. And to do that would be borderline impossible. I'm a heavy grinder, right? You guys know me. Last festival, we got SAR with no packs. Festival for that, we got Mobley, Ray Allen. You guys know me. I take care of business on these festivals. I'm looking at this. I'm lining up my shots. This is a 7-day festival. This is not a 2-week festival. That means we have 1 King of the Court. We have 1 Sunday Park Streak. The Park Streak should get us a 100 overall piece, which we could break down into Dark Matters and Galaxy Opals. It would be 2 Dark Matters, right? So I can get 2 Dark Matters from Sunday Park Street. Tier 2 would get me 1, it's a Dark Matter. Tier 2 should get you, no, Tier 2 gets you the Galaxy Opal. Oh, hold on. Tier 2 does get you the Dark Matter, which is huge. Tier 3 gets you the Galaxy Opal. So going back to the exchange, and sorry there, just trying to get everything organized. If you can pull off Tier 2, which is a stretch in itself, I mean, I know some of us are Tier 1 players, but Tier 2 is even very sweaty. You'll get the Dark Matter piece, which is great. That's 3 more Galaxy Opals. But being realistic, if you get the Sunday Park Streak and Tier 2, that's 3 Dark Matters. You get 100 overall, turn it into 2 Dark Matters. So you have 3 Dark Matters. That's not bad. Unless 2K just juices us with challenges, even getting 10 Dark Matters might be a bit of a stretch. So these Dark Matters could be very hard, no money spent. I mean, I'm only thinking 3 Dark Matter pieces from the weekend challenges, King of the Court and Park. Usually it's 2 weeks, and so that would have given us 6 Dark Matter pieces, more than halfway to these, much more realistic. But on a 7-day festival, even these Dark Matters could be a bit of a stretch, depending if you're willing to open your wallet or rip packs with MT, which we don't recommend. What I'm eyeing already on this channel is these 2 cards. These 2 cards look insane. This Tom Chambers, everybody's already talking about him. One of the best small forwards in the game. Definitely one of the best free small forwards in the game. 6'10", absolutely insane. You know we got the Kings theme team. This card, he's a must for the channel. If I have to choose between these 2, usually I choose Tom Chambers, but I am not passing on Tyreke Evans. And this should be very realistic. It's a 7-day grind, Hopefully I get my Sunday Park streak. Hopefully I get tier 2 King of the Court, maybe tier 3. That's going to be, 3, 4, 5 Galaxy Opal pieces alone. So I should be able to get these Galaxy Opals. No money spent, pretty easily. Serge Ibaka is really affordable. Very good value there. But I'm just already eyeing it, and I know it's way too early to say, hey, these guys might be out of reach. But just looking at how it's going, 10 Dark Matter pieces could be very, very hard to do. Again, we're not even thinking about these guys, 2,000 overall pieces. Absolutely insane. And to get 40, because you need both, plus all these guys, I mean, guys, I would just put it out of your mind. That is going to be, it's probably the hardest lock-in that we've seen. I mean, it's a bit ludicrous in my opinion, but something we're just not even really going to focus on. I mean, to get all these cards would be insane, but I think a realistic mindset is grabbing at least one Galaxy Opal. We'll see what they are with the rewards. Maybe we get up to Dark Matters, but I'm borderline more excited about the Galaxy Opals. These are two really good cards. As time goes on, we'll dive a little deeper into the bottom here. I mean, Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, maybe not. Steve Nash is a little undersized. This JaVale McGee looks nice. He can shoot. They gave him a decent three-pointer. I don't know what the jump shot's like. As always, guys, down here at the bottom, they usually juice us with some budget beasts in the festival. We'll dive into some of these stats in future videos. But for today, just keep stacking pieces. I would not start spending anything too, early, and just kind of prep yourself. It's a 7-day festival. We don't know exactly what type of challenges they're going to give us, but pick out a couple cards and start shooting for them. There's a chance Dark Matters are realistic. If they start putting Galaxy Opal and Dark Matter rewards into the daily challenges, maybe we do get up to the 10 Dark Matter pieces. It'd be something to consider. But as of now, even these look like a bit of a stretch, but I think the Galaxy Opals will be very realistic, no money spent. So we'll be reviewing this exchange pretty much every day for the rest of the festival. That's kind of that first high level. What I would recommend now is keep stacking as many pieces as you can, and we're going to talk about what modes to focus on. And then in the coming days, we'll start spending these pieces once we understand what's a bit more realistic. With that said, let's talk about play modes. And you have a couple strategies here. If you want to grind as many festival pieces as possible, it is time to be strategic. Showdown is just not the best way to do it. The games are longer. You only get pieces if you win. You do get 3, but they're just longer games. Same with Domination. I think you only get 2, and those are very long games. So you have some options. One, we'll highlight King of the Court. Look, guys, this is where the juice is worth the squeeze. We skipped King of the Court the last 2 weekends. We will not be skipping it today. Tier 3 is hugely worth it. A Galaxy Opal piece, and it's not too hard to get Tier 3. We could do the math on what it would take to get a Galaxy Opal piece. I'm guessing at least 8, 9, 10 hours of grinding. Definitely jump in, try to get Tier 3. You just need to get 1 win and 2 losses, and that should be enough for Tier 3. Tier 2 is always a big jump. You usually need 4 good wins. Still doable for certain people. For my grinders who can get to Tier 1, it's very rewarding. So I think we will be playing. I know we will be playing, and we're shooting for Tier 3 minimum, hopefully Tier 2. Not too much pressure, because when I do look at the exchange, I'm like, I should be able to get Tyreek fairly easily, and the gap between Tyreek and those Dark Matters is pretty significant. Where I'm like, you know what, Tier 3 and Tier 2, I think I'm good for Tyreek either way, especially if I can get that triple threat Park streak. So I will highlight King of the Court, and I will highlight Park. They did something a little interesting. Let's just pop in real quick. I'm not sure if they always do it this way or if this is just a unique thing they did today, but they're giving us a little mini 5-game win streak. On Sunday, expect the 5-game win streak to be 100 overall. Usually on Sunday at 5-game win streak, they give us the highest tier of event piece, which is 100 overall. But today, they're giving us a pink diamond for a 5-game win streak. I will be prioritizing this. To get a pink diamond in Breakout, which will be the other mode we talk about, it would be a significant number of games. 1 pink diamond piece is 90 gold pieces, because it takes 3 gold pieces for 1 amethyst. We need 6 of those to get 1 diamond. That's 18 gold pieces. I know we do math on this channel. So 18 gold pieces for 1 diamond, but I need 5 diamonds to do a pink diamond. So what's 5 times 18? Did I do that right, guys? 5 times 8 is 40, so that is 90 gold pieces for 1 pink diamond. That would be a lot of games in Breakout, one piece per game. So we're talking 90 games in Breakout. Compare that to winning 5 in Park. I know it's sweaty, but if you can get a 5-game win streak even today, it is worth it. So we will be prioritizing Park on this channel today for sure. But Breakout's always a good method, and we can go back to the Gauntlet now. I know they nerfed Rep, but if you just want to collect as many pieces as possible, replay this game. I know it's monotonous, but this would technically be one of your fastest grinds. Of course, just working through Breakout boards like I do is also pretty effective, and you'll get a bunch of more rewards along the way. So if you're not feeling like getting sweaty, but you still want to be productive, just grind Breakout, collect a piece every game, and see what you can get, do all the challenges. So for me, what I'm focused on, I will be playing in Park. Once you get that 5-game streak, it's not repeatable. So if I can go into the Park, get a 5-game streak, then hop into Breakout, that's a very productive day. And same with King of the Court, it's technically not repeatable. Once you get 3 losses, you are out. You might as well take advantage and try to chase tier 3. It should only be 1 win, maybe even tier 2 if you get on a streak and can put together 4 good wins. But these are the modes. This is the time. I know in the last few days we haven't been online as much. We've been really focused on greatness, but it's because we prep for these type of weekends. It is now time to get a little sweaty because the juice is worth the squeeze when it comes to festival pieces, and we are trying to get as many as we can. For other modes, All-Star Team Up is not nearly as rewarding. Today, maybe tomorrow they put a special challenge out and that says, hey, if you win 5 with the same squad, we'll give you a piece. But today it's the usual. If you get 5 squad wins, you get a random prize from one of those things. It's usually like 1,000 MT. It's usually absolutely nothing. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a great day in particular to play All-Star. Of course, if that's your favorite mode and you just want to play it, I think you get 2 pieces for every win. And those games are a little quicker than Showdown, so not the worst thing to do. But yeah, quite a bit of things to think about. For me, I'm focusing on Triple Threat Park today. I'll play King of the Court tomorrow, and anything in between, I'm just going to be grinding pieces in Breakout, and that will be the strategy on play modes. Of course, get your exhibitions done. Free rewards, put the cards in if you can do them. If not, it's all good. Say you don't have the right card, but you might as well check in there daily because, it's free rewards. All right, and now it's time for the market. There's a lot to unpack here in the market. They put a bunch of packs in the market. They put this All-Star Festival Elite pack. They put a bunch of boxes in here. Some are interesting. This one seems like decent value, but then you read the fine print and it's a little bit sus to me. I don't think we'll buy any of these. I do have 50,000 VC from the Pro Pass, and there is an interesting pack, but read the fine print. You get a 97 plus pack, that's fine. You get a 92 plus pack, that's fine. All unauctionable. Keep that in mind. You're not making any MT from this. But then at the bottom, I see 1 Dark Matter or Gold Premium Player. And they make it seem like it's 50-50, but it's not 50-50. Almost all the time, you're going to get a Gold card, Gold Premium Player. So for me, it's still really not worth it. They make it sound kind of fancy, but it's probably not worth it. The one I'm eyeing, and I've talked about this before, is like, hey, if you do have VC stacked up, this seems like decent value. Yes, it's untradeable, but a 95 plus option, I'm guessing it won't be the best cards, but who knows? I think we will open this. I got the 50k VC, so end of the video, why don't we circle back? I really don't advocate for opening packs. You guys know that. But if you build up VC from my team, from my career or whatever, use it. It's VC. I don't recommend opening the wallet. I really don't recommend chasing Yao or anything like that. But if you have a little bit of VC stacked up, it's packs like these that seem to me to be a little bit worth it. This one's nice because it's on auction, or it's auctionable. You get 2, it contains 1 random 90 and 1 amethyst or higher. So it says 2 cards and it has the 95 plus on it, but it's not 2 95 plus cards, it's just 1, but it is auctionable, which is nice. I'll probably chase this one and just try to get Dr. J or somebody really cool. That's probably the one pink diamond people really want right now. So we'll circle back. For the rest, I just would skip, guys. There's plenty of things to do, no money spent. Don't waste your MT chasing these cards. Wemby is incredibly rare. I think there's 2 on the market. Tyrese Maxey, all the lower end Dark Matters are flying out of this card. It is not equivalent. Like, there is 1 Wemby up and there is like 40 or 30 Tyrese Maxeys up. They're not coming out at the same odds. If it's like an equal Dark Matter chance, it's not. It's going to be a Brunson. It's going to be a Maxey. There is not many of the top tier cards. And we mentioned this Steph, like I said, the greatness is technically better. Even when you compare Wemby to the Galaxy Opal, he's not that much better. I think the biggest differentiator is this new Wemby does have his jump shot on quick. The old one has it on normal. Other than that, stats are semi-comparable, so it depends, but I think the Galaxy Opal Wemby will hold some value. And we'll talk about that because we did something kind of big last night on stream, and I'm still debating what exactly we're going to do. But in theory, yes, a ton of new cards. 84 new cards came into the market. About 30 were from the festival, but look at all these cards. Some of these cards are really, really good. I know it's a bit top heavy, but even these Galaxy Opals, I mean, we're going to see new Kawhi, LeBron, Kevin Durant. These guys will be very, very expensive, and that's fine. You know, it's just nice to see a big influx of good cards. That market did get tight, and it has loosened. It has loosened significantly, and there is some budget beast down here in the pink diamonds. We will be making a lot of MT off this set. We need to wait for these pink diamonds prices to settle, but goodness gracious, there's some great pink diamonds that I think if we can get at aggressive prices will absolutely rise when they're out of packs. We do have to think about next Friday is a new season, so that can always impact the market. But some of these cards are so good. This set is so strong. I think these budget beasts will hold value. We're going to highlight a few in specific that I think could be, you know, potential. I mean, Yang Hansen Pink Diamond, this card's going to be expensive. Don't even know if we can trade him on buyout. Probably not, but there's definitely some really good options in the market. And let's hop over to the auction house. And we did something big last night, guys. It was, you know, I've always said Thursday night can be a really good time to shop. And randomly, there was so many Galaxy Opal Wembys on the market. We decided to go ahead and pull the trigger on a Galaxy Opal Wembanyama. We got him for 2.7 million MT, which I was very happy with. I actually bid up to 3. And the kicker is, my Wembanyama has some extra badges, and he has quite a few extra badges, and they're all really good badges. So we got a 40 legend badge Wembanyama, and guys, I think I might sell him. I just think it's a bit too big of a card. I'm seeing this one here already at 2.7 with not even 40 legend badges. I think what happened is last night a bunch of people got excited about the new Dark Matter Wemby, so they listed their 40 legend badge Wemby, and you know what? Maybe they're the type of player that can really just chase Dark Matter Wemby, but the truth is he's going to be so rare and so expensive. I bid on both of these just to price monitor. I actually think I can make some MT on my Galaxy Opal Wemby as a flip, so I think we're turning him into an investment. And part of me is like, maybe I should keep him. He would be really fun. But the truth is, I think I can get better value elsewhere. And I already picked up a couple of budget beasts. This card looks absolutely insane. We know how good his Amethyst was. I got him for 100K, which maybe even was an overpay, but just his speed and everything. I mean, Wemby was just on the slow side, and I play so much park. He's really not the best park card. Who knows? Maybe we get Wemby down the road. He is an amazing card. I'm not trying to downplay him. But then we also went out and got a Scotty. This card we're holding, we got a Scotty with a ton of Hall of Fame and Legend badges. Just has a few gold badges. For the most part, all Hall of Fame and Legend badges. I think at a pretty good price. Maybe market price. He was up at like 800K for a long time. We got him at 500 flat, which I think is good for Pippen. I mean, it's a card that could keep going down. There's no question. But I always have said, Thursday night, Friday night, not a bad time to shop. This one's already at 420, pretty equivalent to the one I have. So I think I got that at like a good price. And we just wanted shooting guard. And when you do look at the new set, there isn't a ton of elite shooting guards. There's some pretty good ones. Specifically in the rewards, I don't see a ton of good like tier 1 shooting guards. Again, you need to lock in all of these cards for Yao. That's just crazy to me. We'll just say that one more time. But like Paul George, I mean, no one's going to get this card. This card's going to be so hard to get. We'll see very rarely see Paul George, very rarely see Dirk, and even more rare, I just don't even think many people will get Yao. How many times have we seen Porzingis? Like, how many people have actually seen Porzingis? I have not seen this card one time, and he was much easier to get than this Yao. So I'm curious how many Yaos we actually see. But again, I don't see any game-breaking shooting guards here. And even in this set, I don't see a ton of game-breaking shooting guards. Really, the only shooting guards they added was like this Kawhi, who's going to be expensive. He's probably good, arguably better than that Scotty I just got. But still, I think shooting guard can maybe hold up a little better than some of the other positions. But every other position did get some studs. I'm actually excited about this Denny. Should be a really good card. And they gave us another opportunity to do something crazy. If you somehow get all 29 of these cards, they'll give you 100 overall NBA All-Star Game MVP. I mean, 2K was like, look, let's just double, triple down on giving people who want to spend exorbitant amounts of money the opportunity to spend even more money. As somebody was out there chasing Yao and then trying to chase this, that might be a $10,000 chase. Like, absolutely wild to me. No need to do it, guys. We can work the auction house. You can get any card you want in the auction house that can compete with these type of cards. Just because you have 100 overall Yao doesn't make you an immediately elite at the game. There's cards that can at least try to hold their own against it, and either way, it's just not worth the squeeze. But let's switch to the market talk here and talk about things that are really applicable. This set is huge. This set is absolutely huge, and they put in a bunch of really good pink diamonds. So what does this mean? Our day trades are going to be significantly impacted. Yes, their dark matters are still pretty rare, and to be honest, the dark matter and really high-end market hasn't taken a huge hit. I mean, we're still seeing Kawhi end up around 1 million, and he has a comparable Galaxy Opal, so if any card's going to take a hit, it's going to be cards like his. But some other dark matters, they're still really rare. Look, all these dark matters are the newest dark matters. I'm talking Tracy McGrady's, LeBron's, those type of cards. They're still very rare and very expensive. So the floor did not fall out necessarily on the top level cards. Maybe if they got a new version of themselves like Kawhi did, or even LeBron. But some of those dark matters, like we can look at Shaq, he's still incredibly rare and pretty much the same price. He's going to be right around 1 million MT, a couple more up on the auction house. But this is what Shaq was going for yesterday and the day before. The price, the floor hasn't fallen out on him. But what did happen is we got so many good mid-tier cards with these pink diamonds. And we can highlight a few. I mean, this is a really good set. Like Ricochet, he should be really, really good. Cooper Flag, he's already a little expensive. This SAR, Dylan Harper, these are all just good meta cards that people can use. Stephen Castle, I mean, this card is good. Con Canupo, we know. Ace Bailey, 6'10" at the shooting guard, really, really good card. This card was a beast at Amethyst. I got one for super cheap just to get challenges done. He's crazy cheap. I got him for like 8K or something. Look, you keep going back, you can get him for... This would be a good one to get your challenges done with. Grab him under 15K and you might sell back at like 19 or 20 once the dust settles. But we're seeing a whole new floor for pink diamonds. We've never seen pink diamonds this cheap. I mean, some of the, lesser tier pink diamonds, the ones that aren't quite as meta, they're flying down to like 10K, like Mac McClung, I think. Some of these not as good, in demand. AJ Mitchell, I'm guessing. Some of these guys are just really, really cheap. 24 not selling, 17 not selling. It's a new floor for pink diamonds. We haven't seen pink diamonds get this low, and it's impacting things across the board. Some of those diamonds we used to really like to trade, like Steve Aldama, like he's going to be impacted. He might no longer be a 30K card. That's okay. Now we're day flipping Aldama at a new floor price. All we have to do is adjust that. We can still do day flips. So Aldama probably sells closer to 15 now. He's a 15K card. Cool. I'll put a bid to 10K, and that's what I already did. And it's kind of rinse and repeat. The caveat is now we have more cards to trade. Cards like Anthony Black have gone way down. I actually bought one for 30K. I'm going to flip him real quick. But his floor is probably 40K now. So that's cool. He was never at 40K. Again, I'm just looking for cards that are a little bit too low on bid that I can make a bid maybe like right here. I think he'll sell at like 35. I bought one for 30. I just saw one listed at 34, but that will get bought quickly. I think he can sell between 30 to 35. I'm going to bid 25 on Anthony Black. A few days ago, there'd be no chance I would win this bid at 25. Now, I've not only successfully bid, I might win that. So we're back to day flips. The buy window's open, guys. I know we were being a bit hesitant the last couple days. Now it's here. All those 80 cards, we talked about it, 160 new cards over the 10 days. They've been put in. So at least for the next few days, I do think there's some stability back on our old day trades, but be a bit selective and just understand there's a new floor price for a lot of these cards. Jerry Lucas, we were selling him in mid-30s all day. His floor price is probably closer to like mid-20s now. So if I can find a Jerry Lucas on bid, try to bid 10 to 15, I will flip. Nothing there, I'll move right along. Again, we're just looking for those meta cards that are buyout. Maybe we're not trading Omri Cassipi as much anymore. I used to be able to sell him at 15K. his floor is going to come out. There's no reason he's going to be more expensive than some of those pink diamonds that are trading at 8 to 9K. So cards like this will be heavily impacted, and we kind of knew it was coming. Some of these diamonds were just propped up a little too high. We can look at Nickel Walker-Alexander. What set is he in? I think he's actually back in Season 3 Jumpstart. There he is. This card was in the 20s to 30s really consistently, and he was just a bit propped up. The floor's gone out. Now he's a 10K card. Again, still value. I'm just going to bid 6K on him and then flip him for 10. And so we have some of those lower hits, but the good news is now there's more cards we can trade because a lot of these pink diamonds are starting to hit a floor too because of all the new pink diamonds. So some of them are still very rare, but if I can find like Jerry Stackhouse is at the right price, what's his floor? Still kind of going towards 60. I'd really consider him more of like a 50K card, maybe even less. But I'll just put in a cheeky bid in the 20s, especially on a day like today where everybody's focused on the new set. Come in here, it's a great day to find some sneaky good deals. Even Larry Hughes, what's his new floor? This card was in the 40s. This new set hit, now he's down in the 30s. Cool, can I win one on bid in the low 20s or maybe even the teens like this one right here? I'm gonna bid 17 on him. Maybe no one's outbidding Larry Hughes today. So a great day to make MT. This is how we're going to do it. We're focusing on day flips for the next couple days, and I'm just eyeing all these cards like Igor. I like this card. This is a really good card. I already bought one. He may go up to bid, but look how many there are. I think he will be a buyout, and this is the exact type of card. Like at the end of his pack cycle, what's his absolute floor? Can I buy a few, and then in a few days or weeks will his price go up? This hits the box of like a meta card that people will want to use long term. So just get your list of cards you may want to stockpile towards the end of the cycle. I'll highlight this Derek Queen. I got one really cheap at like under 20K. I think this card bumps up once he's out of packs. This is a really good Derek Queen. He has great dribbling animations, a little bit better than even the pink diamond dynamic duo, definitely better than the amethyst. And then when the amethyst gets the dynamic duo, he's even better than that pink diamond dynamic duo. So a very, very good card. This is the type of card that could see a little bump once he's out of packs, but he's not alone. There's a lot of good cards that are borderline meta in this set. I'm trying to eye a few of them. Just bought a couple to test at really cheap prices. Sometimes on day one, if you're on the right filter, you find those people who are just listing it a little too cheap because they rip in a bunch of packs and, they're just trying to flip a card so they can go rip more packs. So it's not a bad idea just to work a couple filters. Like, can I get a center on buyout? Okay, well, that one. What about Eastern Conference? Oh, a little bit better of a filter. Just SARs. Like, so if a SAR pops up in the 50s, maybe I grab him real quick. Cards like this might be at their floor, like he's gonna hit a new floor in a few days, but there might just be a random one listed for way too low for some guy ripping packs. So, play around on the filters, especially on the new theme. Maybe go maximum buyout like 25K to see if someone lists something a little bit too cheap. You can work through a few of these. Like, just try to find ones that don't have too much noise. Like Jackson Hayes is gonna make the West Coast all-star center filter a little noisy, but maybe a different position we can filter in, get some good deals because it is day one. So like a ton of people are ripping packs and maybe people post a few cards a little lower than they should, but just be wary because realistically speaking, it's day one. So unless you're finding a really good deal with someone listing it a little too quick, most of these cards are just going to keep trickling down like we've seen. By the end of their pack cycle, we'll probably see a more realistic true floor. I thought this Ware, we'll see if he actually ends up becoming a bid. Apparently he is. Someone did bid 165. Keep an eye on this card. I did buy one outright for 100K. The one we have in our lineup, got him at 100K snipe. Borderline thought it was an overpay, but this is the type of filter you could get on. You see people are bidding on Khalil Ware. It's a bit of a risk because he might go to a buyout here relatively soon, but he also might not. I just maybe just sit on this filter. Someone might be listing Khalil Ware. I even saw some for like 90. I even paid a little bit more. So maybe Khalil Ware does get a buyout. And then look at Igor Demon. Same thing. Is he a bid card or is he a buyout card? It's almost too early to tell. It looks like he is a buyout, but maybe he goes up. Maybe he goes down even more. It's too early, but either way, I'm circling cards like that to trade in the future. But for today, I would do this in the auction house. One, just be aware. 84 new cards, right? 84 new cards, very significant, has been added. So yes, we're back to day trading, but a lot of these cards have a new floor. I don't know, if over the weekend these guys' floor should get even lower. If anything, it's Friday, and maybe some of these cards take a little bit bump back up. Really even more of a reason to say today's a decent buy day, because the floors today might actually raise a little bit tomorrow. But either way, it's a new landscape, so to speak. Zaire Williams is probably cheaper than he's ever been. So if I can get a few on cheap bid, like under 5K, I could probably still flip him around 10K. We're back. The buy window's open. Look for meta, good budget beasts from past sets. And then very soon, this set will be included in the cards we're trading. We just need to let them hit their floor. So that's pretty exciting there. As far as what I'm actually selling and what I did. So yes, I bought the 40 Legend Wemby badge. And then I did something else. I bid on this one just to see what he ended on. And I feel great about it. This was actually last night. A different Wemby with no extra badges essentially ended at the same price as mine with 40 Legend badges. So feel pretty good about that. We can go ahead and collect that MT back. And then I put a couple active bids just on some cards I'm bidding. Pretty much the same exact strategy I was telling you all about. Some of those meta past cards just at lower than usual prices, keeping an eye on what Khalil Ware ends on. So happy to get outbid. It's just a way to price monitor. And let's see, anything else? Oh yes, I'm keeping an eye on these two Dark Matter Wembys. I think they're still the only Dark Matter Wembys in the market, but we will be able to see what they end at just because I bid and then got outbid. So if I'm not online right when those timers end, right here in my auctions, it will tell me. Buyer beware on that method. I like to just bid on cards I hope I get outbid on just to see what they end at, but I have been stuck with the bill a couple times, and actually I didn't get outbid, and then I had to buy the card just one time with the 29 Legend badge Josh Giddey that I lost a few $100,000 MT on. Not bitter about it by any means. But yes, you can see some of the things. I think that's a good deal. Anthony Black for 30K with a bunch of extra badges. Hopefully we can flip that and make a little MT. We'll send him over to the auctions house. So other than that, we just kind of start getting some more inventory. Yeah, we were hoping for some challenges with all-star players. None came, so I'm happy we didn't overextend ourselves. I got most of these Lillards for like 1K MT. There could be challenges for specific guys added. We don't know. Tomorrow they might say, hey, get something done with a Kashad Johnson card. At least now there's another Kashad Johnson card in the market, that pink diamond. But we spent maybe 20K MT on just some like low level, participants in 3-point and dunk contests, nothing major. We sold most of the Ron Harpers, hoping to flip this Dylan Harper, and we bought a couple Kenneth Farieds. But yeah, we're back into flip mode. Here's a good example. Extra badges, 30K MT, the cheapest one's up for 40. Maybe I just list him at like 45. Put him up for 24 hours. I think over the next 24 hours, hopefully he sells. Maybe even the market ticks back up a little bit because it's Friday and we usually see the biggest dip on Friday. By Saturday and Sunday, things are already kind of bouncing back up. And that's the strategy for now. We're looking at the new set, circling certain cards that we want to take care of and maybe start bidding. And then the day trades are back because we have a new floor to bid up against essentially. So still plenty of ways to make MT. All right, and in summary, just before we go open that pack in the market, a rare pack opening from Big D Guru. Knock out some pretty simple challenges. We are hoping for more. This top one is really the top priority, no pun intended. Don't worry about these two. As of now, I don't really see a reason to get them done. The option pack is nice, but not mandatory. It's just there's a lot of easier ways to get Hall of Fame badges. So on challenges, really just focus on that. For play mode, I do recommend Triple Threat Park today. I recommend getting some King of the Court games in this weekend if you're up for it. If you think your lineup's in the right shape, you got some good cards to use. Drop down below if you have questions on what's effective in Park. For me, I like to use one really good ball handler and two bigs. I know these guys are all kind of elite, but if you have Kamara, just a good 6'6 plus with great defense and decent ball handle, and two guys 6'10 and above that can shoot, you should be in pretty good shape in Park. That's what I recommend. But if you have questions on what's effective in Park, just let me know. And if that's a little too sweaty for you, just work through Breakout and line up your shots in the exchange. Some of these things are a bit crazy. Getting both of these guys and just don't even think about it. Maybe even these Dark Matters are out of reach. It kind of depends on what 2K rolls out. So for now, just keep stacking up your pieces and lining up your shots. Look, if you just end up with one of these Galaxy Opals, it's a W. All three of these cards are really good. So if I just get one of these guys, I'm going to be super happy with this festival. And without further ado, let's go ahead and open up a pack. I know we don't do this often. I'm hoping for Dr. J. There goes my hard-earned VC. It took me all season long to earn it through the Pro Pass. And this is what you guys can kind of expect out of this. Not great, I'll be honest, not great. I think the most expensive card by far would be this Shaquille O'Neal. Not my favorite card. I do like a good Shaq. I mean, I want to get the Dark Matter Shaq, I'll be honest, that 26 3-point. But yeah, this is probably on par, guys. I think you'll be seeing things like this. None of these cards would make my lineup. None of these cards I'm too excited about. Maybe the best meta card here, probably between like Murray and Jameson and Tatum. I feel like I'm taking Shaq. I mean, I do have the Amethyst Shaq. Maybe I should take a card I don't have. This Monte Ellis does look really fun. We just have so many shifty point guards now. I mean, we got Steph, we got Wade. I mean, Wade's better than this card, hands down, no question. He does have some really fun stats. Kind of liked him back in the day. This is actually tough. I think I'm just going to go with Shaq. Yeah, why not? Again, wouldn't really recommend that. That was probably, you know, I mean, to be par. That's about par. Like, what else am I going to spend the VC on? I'd rather do that than spend 35 on this. If anything, you could make the argument like I should have saved up the VC for next season, and then maybe next season I could get the auctionable pack. Probably your best bet. I would actually recommend that and use this as an experiment. The difference between 50 and 75 really isn't that much. So if you're at 50, maybe just wait, and next season they'll do something very, very similar. And at least here you would get a little MT out of it. Because at the end of the day, like if you are spending VC, you ideally can transfer it to MT. MT is the most valuable resource in this game. Even if I spend a bunch of VC, I have no guarantee of actually pulling a good card. Sure, you get a Dark Matter out of this card, but it's probably going to be Tyrese Maxey. If you really want to control your destiny, you need MT to go on the auction house and buy cards that you really want. So for me, I actually think this could be the best value because it's the easiest way to transfer VC to MT, which is the most valuable resource in the game. With that though, guys, I know there was a ton, we went through a lot. Tomorrow's video will probably be just as informative. It's just day one of the festival. You know, quick summary, get your challenges done, stack as many pieces as you can, and move and groove in the auction house. Review what we just talked about. The buy window's back open for a lot of cards. Now we just need to wait for the floor to settle on some of these all-star cards, and we will get some MT back here soon. I'll keep you all posted what I do with my Wemby. I think there is a good chance I try to sell him tonight or tomorrow just to make the MT, and then we're going to go out and buy some more cards still. I did get a really good center. Very happy with Khalil Ware. Very happy with the Scottie Pippen purchase. This was a bit of a splurge purchase, but man, I loved that Amethyst, and he's 6'8". I think I'm going to badge this guy out to the gills. I'm talking Legend, Hall of Fame badges. I'm going to give him a chance, make sure I like the way he moves, but if I like this card, he'll be in for the long haul. You just don't find 6'8" point guards that can shoot. I know his defense is a little bit lackluster, but it's serviceable. Between my coach, which does give +6 perimeter defense, and maybe a takeover that's defensive, and then a bunch of really high level, you know, I'm probably going to put Legend on ball menace on him. We'll see. I'm not going to do anything impulsive, but this lineup is going to be getting upgraded, and we'll either keep the Wemby, but I'm thinking I'll sell and probably grab either Shaq or somebody else really fun. There's a couple other cards I'm eyeing as well, so just keep having fun with the mode. It's an interesting one. I know the All-Star is a bit of mixed reviews. I still think it's a great festival. It's a great set. You just got to cut out the noise. Like, it is not realistic. Just don't even pretend that this lock-in for Yao is there or this All-Star MVP. Just forget about it, guys. They still gave us a ton of elite cards essentially for free, even though some of these cards are just unrealistic. So that's what 2K does. They give the whales, I don't even love using that term, but they give the big spenders more than enough opportunities to spend. They do. It's up to you to make the choice, because they give the no money spent more than enough opportunities to get really good fun cards that can compete. I've been on multiple win streaks in the park, multiple win streaks using Kenneth Faried. Like, I would be so comfortable swapping out Sar and putting in Kenneth Faried here, and I would still be able to absolutely hoop. I'd be pretty comfortable swapping out Pippen for Kamara and still be able to hoop. and even swapping him out for, and that's not even that expensive of a card. But you get the point, guys. Yes, it's nice to have good cards, but it's not the difference always between you winning and losing online. Don't let 2K give you that FOMO like you need every single card to win. It's more than possible to win with good strategic budget cards as well. With that, we appreciate you guys. Hope everybody has an amazing Friday. We'll be live a little later tonight. We'll be very active this weekend just with the new festival. We got a lot to get done. So I hope you all are doing well. Much love and peace.